Have you ever discovered a place you were never meant to find? Tonight's story is about family, secrets, and the kind of silence that can last for generations. This one is called The Forgotten Room in My Grandmother's House. My name is Anna, and when I was 15, my parents sent me to live with my grandmother for the summer. Her house was old, built more than 100 years ago. It creaked with every step, smelled faintly of mothballs and lavender, and had long, dark hallways that seemed too big for the little woman who lived there. At first, I loved it. My grandmother baked pies every Sunday, had endless stories about my mom when she was a kid, and kept stacks of dusty books that I spent hours reading. But there was always something off. The second day I was there, I noticed a door in the upstairs hallway. Unlike the other doors, this one had no handle, just a frame, sealed shut with layers of faded wallpaper. When I asked Grandma about it, her cheerful face darkened. "Oh, that old thing? It's just a wall now. Forget it, Anna. Some rooms are better left forgotten." She changed the subject so quickly, it made my stomach twist. For weeks, I tried to ignore the strange door. But every night, as I lay in bed, I swore I heard faint noises, like soft footsteps or something scraping against wood, coming from behind that sealed wall. One night, I finally pressed my ear to it. At first, silence. Then, a whisper. It was so faint, I thought I imagined it. But the more I listened, the clearer it became. A voice, childlike and desperate, repeating, "Help me." I jumped back, my heart pounding. The house was quiet again. The next morning, I asked Grandma once more, "What's behind that wall?" Her spoon clattered against her teacup. "Don't ever touch it, Anna, promise me." But the fear in her eyes only made me want to know more. Later that week, when Grandma was at church, I went upstairs with a pocket knife. The wallpaper peeled back easily, layer by layer, until I found the outline of a wooden door hidden beneath. And there, it was faint but clear enough, a small rusted keyhole. I checked every drawer in the house until I found an old ring of keys in a box labeled junk. My hands shook as I tried each one until finally, click. The lock gave way. The door creaked open, and a cold, stale smell poured out, like dust and earth. Inside was a narrow staircase, leading down into darkness. I took a flashlight and stepped inside. The stairs groaned under my weight. At the bottom, I found a small room, no bigger than a closet. The walls were covered in peeling wallpaper, decorated with faded drawings of flowers and stars, like a child's bedroom. But the strangest thing was the furniture. A tiny bed, a broken dollhouse, and an old rocking chair, all covered in dust. And on the chair sat a doll, its glass eyes cracked, staring straight at me. As I stepped closer, I noticed something carved into the wall above the bed. Words, scratched over and over, as if by desperate hands. "Don't leave me." The air grew heavy. I felt watched. Then my flashlight flickered and went out. In the dark, the rocking chair began to move, slowly, forward and back. And then, that same whisper I'd heard before, right behind me, "Anna." I bolted up the stairs, slammed the door shut, and pressed my back against it. My chest heaved, but the whispering didn't stop. I could hear it through the wood, multiple voices now, some crying, some angry. Grandma came home just as I was trying to cover the door again with wallpaper. She froze when she saw my face. "You opened it," she whispered. Her hands trembled as she grabbed mine. "Anna, listen to me. That room was sealed for a reason. It was my sister's room. She disappeared in there when we were children. They never found her." Her eyes filled with tears. "And sometimes, I still hear her calling." That night, I locked my bedroom door. But at 3:14 a.m., I woke to the sound of footsteps in the hallway. Too light to be Grandma's, too slow to be normal. I held my breath as they stopped outside my door. Then, scratching. Long, deliberate scratches moving across the wood. "Anna," the voice whispered again. "Play with me." I buried my head under the blanket, shaking until morning light finally came. I begged Grandma to let me go home, but she insisted I stay until the end of summer. "The house won't hurt you if you don't invite it in," she said cryptically. But the voices grew louder every night. The doll from the basement appeared in my room one morning, sitting neatly on my desk. My phone buzzed with notifications that made no sense. Single words like, "Stay, forever, mine." On my last night there, the whispers were no longer whispers. They were screams. My lamp shattered, the air turned icy, and the pink sweater I'd packed from home was ripped from my suitcase, lying folded neatly on the rocking chair in the corner. Only, there was no rocking chair in my room before. I don't remember what happened after that. I woke up in the morning on the front porch, Grandma kneeling beside me, praying with her rosary. The sealed door was gone, just smooth wallpaper where it had been. Sometimes I wonder if the room was ever real, or if it was a part of the house itself, feeding on curiosity. Grandma never speaks of it again, and I never went back. But at night, when the house is quiet, I still dream of that whisper. "Don't leave me." So tell me, what do you think? Was it really my grandmother's lost sister reaching out? Or something darker pretending to be her? And if you found a hidden door in your family's house, would you open it? Let us know in the comments. And remember, some rooms are forgotten for a reason.